there's this video that was recently created and shared by Sir Folajomi, and I'd like to, say a word or two, concerning what he discussed in the video. So let me quickly play it so that you can watch it yourself.
The thing is that when they were buying it, they were outskirts. Now, a lot of us are running from outskirts, and we are saying we want to live in the city, we want to buy the city is too expensive. Population is growing. Medical innovations are coming out, meaning that less people are dying every day. And a lot of people are still giving birth to children. And for every new family, for every new wedding that happens every Saturday, they need a home to live. The point I'm trying to make is, no matter how inconvenient it may look today, get that property in that place remote. When you get it, build it. Don't just buy land and leave it. First, perfect your documentation first. Build it. Gradually, it will become valuable. There's no way around it. I will lie for you. Because the city is getting more crowded.
On this topic of whether to build or to leave, land bare after purchase, especially in a remote area, I'd like to add a few things to what my boss, Sir Folajomi, has said. Although I very well understand the point he's trying to raise. However, there are some additional things you need to note if you're considering this as a solution to your housing problems.
Why should you plan your construction thinking about building your dream home?
The first thing I want you to note is that, yes, building on your land immediately after purchase comes with its advantages and also comes with its disadvantages.
Get ready.
So first, I'd like us to mention some of the advantages that this will bring you. Number one, when you build immediately after purchasing land in a remote area, you are definitely going to be edging against security problems. Security problems such as safety against illegal takeover or disputes. Also, your property will not be a prospect for land grabbers.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
However, some of the disadvantages outweighs the advantages that this may come with. And one of them is this: except you are constructing a building that is sustainable and functional, whether in the present or in future, it might not be favorable for you, because if you consider the rate at which the property will begin to deteriorate over time, also the changes that comes in the property market, such that properties built many years ago might not currently be in high demand in the current state of the market, that is the property market, which means that it is often best to leave your property in the form of land, especially if you are buying it in a remote area, while you wait for development to catch up with that location. This, of course, is one of the advantages that leaving your property in the form of land as over building, especially in a remote or underdeveloped location. Now, what advantages does leaving your property in the land form have over building it, especially in a remote area? Remember, we are considering remote locations right now. The first I'm going to say is the flexibility of sale. Flexibility of sale in the sense that land is often easier to sell off than property, except if it is a very functional and high demand property. It is often more difficult to sell off a property than land. Secondly, if you have to consider the cost of maintenance and also refurbishing of that property, it is often best to leave your property in the form of land, except if you have plans to live in that house immediately after building. Or perhaps you want to let it out or begin to make money from it. Now, here's the balance for me. It might be better for you to leave your property in the form of a land, especially if it was purchased in a remote area, while waiting for that location to appreciate in value. However, if you have plans to start building almost immediately, I would advise that you never build and abandon the project. We have so many abandoned building projects scattered all around the country. It makes it more difficult for you to put that property in a marketable state. That is, it is always difficult for you to place it on the right spectrum in the property market, because an unfinished project would always be seen as a distressed property. Definitely, it might be negotiated and priced below its expected value. So it is often best, if you want to start your building project, ensure that you have enough to complete the project. Otherwise, leave your property in form of a land. I hope this is able to put a blend to this current discussion topic. My name is Oluwakemi Ojerinde, and I am a real estate consultant.